Ebusian for Debia the Mekacho say and Sembia Pesa to Asumbia, Nunya, subscribe to and Cassette TV, Ubenya Nina, Etie, no one when you post Omaga na New Year say afternoon, Debia done in some fufra, a better yapon so, and intimacy any dem say and no face the whatever and Cassette TV so, and run services Kawama may no one shout to other platform no one comments or comment section I say, and more emphasis over notification by the snatches and Sembia the Babato and Cassette TV no, why first person no when you're in 70 and no one when you're ever saw Omaga na New Year say afternoon. Men person saw that you never for your name say a year 4th November in next no emo aire pa I just say some air cost ye pa na yen na be ko pe mo eye northern region I just say some be just say if you mo ebo ba na enye asam keto eno enam sa ena eye po Adom Otchere ede enho nsam nyina abetidwa eno ntime pese mesa wada age no kame ho na just yen kwoti eye po Adom Otchere nsam be say ode abetidwa efa eye northern region nsam be say e koso ho mo fa eye 4th November election say ebe koso no nsam bebre.
Look, when you are a journalist, big corporates who have something to hide, they really don't like you. So sometimes they get some of them to call you and say, hey, look, we have done this and this, we have a story. Be very careful about those things because when you publish it, they'll sue you in libel and then they shut you up. So be very careful about those things. Be very careful, Robin White said, about people telling you something. Even here in the studio, my producers will tell you, I will tell them that if I have not seen it, I don't want it on a touch screen. I have sent a documents to my producers. Have a work on this because I've not looked at it. It's one happened right now. Just the last 2 minutes here, it happened. Just as I was getting off the plane, I got a WhatsApp message. I think it was a broadcast from Mr. Bosman Asare, the Deputy Electoral Commission. I think he broadcasted to all his WhatsApp. And it is a document about creating 25 new constituencies. So I saw it on the aircraft. And then I started going to Facebook to see whether there's reaction to it. And I saw people reacting to it. Then I couldn't open it. So I sent it out. They just came to tell me that they've been able to open Bosman Asare's thing. Should they put it on? I said, no, I have to read it. If I have not seen it, it doesn't come here. As simple as that. I sent it to them. So even that, if I have not had a proper look at it, I don't put it out. You sit down there and you say, VRA have awarded a contract. And then you use all sorts of insulting and abusive words about the people who awarded the contract. You even call them foolish. And then it turns out that hours later, VRA says, we haven't awarded any contract. So you haven't seen a contract awarded by VRA to Zoomlion, but because of your hatred for Zoomlion, then you go ahead with the contract. Let's see what he said. Let's see what he said. All right. Manasseh Azuri says as follows. The Volta River Authority has contracted Zoomlion to undertake fumigation of the areas affected by the disaster. I don't know the level of intelligence or foolishness that went into the VRA's decision, but I have enough evidence to prove that fumigation has become an avenue through which government officials connive with Zoomlion to loot state resources. And he says, check the comments. Okay, now look at this introductory paragraph. The VRA has. So you are a journalist, you are giving information to people, you are making an allegation. You don't even suggest that you are alleging. You don't suggest that the VRA is preparing to do so. You actually say that the VRA has. Why is he saying that? Because he heard it. He heard it from somewhere. And because he heard it from somewhere, and because he has a hatred for Zoomlion for whatever reason, I don't know. Zoomlion is far older than him. But he just hates the man for some reason. He was hoping, as he himself has told people, that when power changes, Zoomlion will go to jail. He is not the Supreme Court. He's not the High Court, not the Court of Appeal. He's not the one who determines how people go to jail. You see, these things we do in Ghana without understanding how it works. That somebody go to jail. That's what the Attorney General says that. It's not that I don't know that Galamsey exists. I have jailed Galamsey people. But what Frimpong Boateng brought, I cannot take it to court. Because the court is there to protect the citizens of Ghana. And the courts are in every country to protect the citizens of those countries. So the court says that if you bring somebody here for a criminal trial, you have to make sure that you have ticked the following boxes, A, B, C, D, E. If you don't tick those boxes, it is not to say that a person has done it or has not done it. It is to suggest that there's not enough evidence to take the person's freedom by putting him in prison through a prosecution. That's the position of the law. And by now, every journalist understands that. So he sits down and feels that they should have jailed Zoomlion. Because you have a problem with him, because you went to him and said, all of us should leave the room, and you and him alone. I'll say it again. Manasseh came to Zoomlion. He said, I shouldn't be there. Coleman shouldn't be there. Only him wants to meet Zoomlion. Zoomlion said, I won't meet you alone. That's where the problem started. The crassness of his journalistic work, that's where it started. So you sit down there and publish something. And Professor Kwame Kare, I'll mention his name again. It's a disappointment. Professor Kwame Kare, it's a disappointment to support journalism work like that. Professor Kwame Kare, you were at the University of Ghana when P.A.V. Ansan was there. Is that what P.A.V. Ansan taught us? That we should publish something that we don't know where it's coming from, we just publish? You come and say that VRA has contracted Zoomlion to undertake fumigation of the areas affected by the disaster. I don't know the level of intelligence or foolishness. That's just disrespect. It shows that Manasseh is a badly brought up child. It's so disrespectful. You write about VRA intelligence or foolishness. That means you are not well brought up. He was not well brought up. I'm sorry for him. He was complaining. He should read his Bible. If you read your Bible, you won't say these things. I don't know the level of intelligence or foolishness that went into VRA's decisions. The engineers that sit at VRA, do you think you are more sensible than them? You, Manasseh, you think that the engineers at VRA, the management of VRA, the board of directors of VRA, you are more sensible than them. You, Manasseh, you are more sensible than them. I'm not saying they are more sensible than you, but I'm saying that you are also not more sensible than them. You do your work, they do their work. You have to give them the respect. And you can even allege it, but you come and write, I don't know the level of intelligence or foolishness that went into VRA. Who do you think you are to call people at VRA foolish? They have not called you foolish. They have not called anybody foolish. They are doing their work. And then you sit there and say that people at VRA are foolish. Manasseh, he says that people at VRA are foolish. He doesn't know the foolishness in their head. The VRA legal department, VRA engineering department, these VRA people who have held Akosombo forever, generations after generations, they always recruited a top standard. VRA has always demonstrated as one of Ghanaian companies since Kwame Nkrumah's days because of the foundations laid to the top standard of engineering for us. You, Manasseh Azuri, says that VRA people, he doesn't know how the level of intelligence or foolishness that went into the dead. He's questioning the VRA's decision and he's calling it foolish. A decision, in fact, VRA says they have not made. They have not made that decision. They have not given any contract to anybody. And then you sit down and because you have heard, he's just heard it in his ears. These are the things that give journalism a bad name. This is not how journalism is supposed to be practiced. And who do you blame? Professor Kwame Kare. It is him. With much respect to him, Professor Kwame Kare is yet a disappointment. Professor Kwame Kare has done a great job for journalism. Nobody can take that away from him. Professor Kare has done a great job for journalism. Recently, he was the chairman of the board of the Graphic. Fantastic man. But this is work with Manasseh. It's disappointing. Why do I say that? It's basic and it's fundamental. Manasseh publishes something about Professor Kwame Kare. Did he read this language and thought that it was okay? He, Professor Kwame Kare, I've never heard him use this language before. I've never heard Kwame Kare, Bonakumsin, Odriga Jekpo, P.A.V. Ansan use this kind of crass language in addressing other people. And Kwame Kare supports Manasseh Azuri to call the people at VRA foolish. Who does he think he is? This is what I call, once again, the delusions of self-grandeur. He thinks he's some grandiose man. You, the people at VRA, do you know what they know? Do you know what they have learned? Do you know what the processes that you didn't succeed in going through? They went through it, and he knows what I'm talking about. I'll say it again. The processes that you, Manasseh, you didn't succeed in going through, the VRA engineers succeed. That's why they are engineers from VRA. And that's why you went to journalism school, because you didn't cross the line. And you come and sit here and call them foolish. You couldn't even cross the line. So you went to journalism school. And that's the tragedy they've fallen upon us. When you can't cross the line, they say go to journalism school. In England, you have to cross the line better than the engineers to become a journalist. In America, I told you viewers, Google it again. Google all CNN reporters, Anderson Cooper, everybody, you'll find Harvard JD, Harvard JD, Harvard JD. The same